Hey
We're
guys, welcome,
live.
welcome to the channel. If you guys are new here, I'm so happy to have you. If my peers or new subscribers, welcome back. So today we have three very special guests. We have Owen, we have Nancy, and we do have Shamrock. All of them are Republican. I'm the only independent here tonight. Unless you guys have different political leanings, feel free to state it on the channel. But nonetheless, we are covering the 2028 election primary. This election is simulated and it is not real. However, we will be covering Joe Biden and Donald Trump sometime in this election live, but we will be mostly talking about the simulated politics and the candidates at stake, like Rainbow Dash and all those other candidates as well. So we're going to be starting. You guys have anything you guys want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm not really a Republican. I'm kind of like a independent more.
Not.
And while I'm saying I'm an independent, we just see Dash with a full suit. That's perfect. Agreed. The second I said I'm an independent, then we see a dog. That's perfect. Really not a dog person. I'm sorry about that. I'm scared.
Okay, so apparently we have Philip Reed, who is playing as Rainbow Dash, but I'm gonna say that's Philip, which is kind of weird because I don't think Philip does that. But anyway, welcome to the live. We're gonna be starting. So for the 2028 election, let's go over the candidates at stake. Let's start there and let's talk about the map. So we have Rainbow Dash versus Lenore Kim. And the GOP primary side, we have Jeffrey Lee, who was the only competitor against Louis Amaya in the Republican primary in 2028. He dropped out of the race because he is what quote unquote the Nikki Haley of this election. And so Louis Amaya already won it, the presumptive Republican nominee. Now I want to ask you guys, do you think that Louis Amaya tonight will be the official declared Republican nominee? Will you think that he will reach the delegates needed and required in order to become the official Republican nominee, despite the fact that Jeffrey Lee had dropped out? Do you think that we're going to witness that tonight?
Well, as Louis Amaya's running mate, I am definitely looking forward to a big win, hopefully, tonight. We've campaigned a ton in Florida the recent days. We've had members of the Lee campaign helping us with Florida. I think we're going to have a big win there. I think in Arizona, we're going to hopefully have a big win. I'm just hoping we capture enough delegates to win the nomination right here and now so we can focus more of our time in the general election. So, yes, I do believe Amaya will capture a win tonight, especially like if you look at it, because Lee has dropped out, that means people are more likely to vote for Amaya. So that's what I think.
Well, if those uncommitted, and I think this what Leo doing, I don't know. I think the rest of the primaries will be only ones with uncommitted. If there's only like one person, I don't know. But if that's the case, really uncommitted would just gain more to be dropped out.
Do you think that might prevent the Republican nominee tonight from reaching the delegates needed to become the official nominee, or you think that Louis Amaya will clinch the nomination tonight?
Louis will clinch the nomination, but will because there's enough delegates too. But I'm not stating. Well, see, the thing is, I think like the first primary in today's matchup had Lee officially on the ballot, and but I think he dropped out at a certain point. I don't know which state, which primary. I think the beginning of like the states, like the beginning states, will go more Lee. Will not go more Lee. Just have Lee, and then there will be more primaries. The West primaries will go to Lewis.
Oh, look, it's News Report Politics. I never heard of him. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Chris, can you
What?
show the Jimmy Carter's message in 9:52, please? It's a very good one. Very good one. Really like this one.
What do you mean?
Jimmy Carter's message at 9:52 p.m. Please show that, please. It shows a very, very good person. Very good person. AKA me.
You mean Jeffrey the Giraffe? Okay, so we have in 2032, we have quote unquote a possibility that Jeffrey the Giraffe at Toys R Us Yes, that you heard that right. The bankrupt Toys R Us is planning a run for president in 2032. Now, it is not unheard of for people to run as animals and somehow end up as the party's nominee. We had it in 2024 with B. We had it we might have it in this election with the Democratic Party nominee as Rainbow Dash, the pony. In the next one, we might have a giraffe. So it's not unheard of for people to run as an animal for some reason. And there's some weird reality we have animals becoming the nominee for president. Not so far, every time a person has run as an animal, they have not been able to win the nomination because people cannot have a connection with an animal when they are the president or wanting to become president. People don't have that sort of connection because they don't see an animal as somebody who is electable. It may change in this election. However, as of right now, when people see animals running for president, they're unlikely to vote for them in overwhelming margin. Do you guys agree or disagree?
Oh, absolutely. If you just look at Skylar B's 2024 performance, I think you found all you need. I mean, all respect to him, but he got absolutely obliterated in that election.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So incumbent president Christopher Oliva, he got 67.1% of the vote with 407 electoral votes. The Skylar B. Bennett, 32.9% with 131 electoral votes. That's a landslide in this election, the first one that we had. If you go back in 2020 and we look at the results here, you have incumbent president won his first election with 34.5% with 229 electoral votes to Donald Reagan, 71 electoral votes. And but although in this election here, we had the Republican Party losing the popular vote with 22.7% to the third party, gaining in second place in the popular vote, ran by Abraham Lincoln in the National Union Party with 24.5% and only getting 58 delegates. How do you guys feel about the possibility that in this election, in which when you look at the 2028 polling data, let's pull that up here. Let's look at the polling data in this election in 2028. When you look at the general election polls and you have Rainbow Dash, Louis Amaya, and James Adele, he polled consistently between 18%. When it comes up against him and Louis Amaya for Lenore Kim, the Democratic candidate, the current vice president, James Adele polled around 20.6% of the vote. And he's expected to gain from 0 to 3 electoral votes in this election. How do you guys think and feel the possibility of a third party gaining traction in this election?
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly what happened with this, but there was some candidate running for the Libertarians. It was like Gabbard, right? Am I right?
Right, yes.
Yeah, he left because he thought Quiz was something. He just didn't like
He thought I was what?
I don't know. He thought, well, it was something on Al and he thought he was a creep or something, and just left the Soul.
Oh, I was not a creep. That was a scammer. That was somebody who was doing something that had nothing to do with Scorpio. Scorpio only didn't do anything because he told me that he likes to join elections, but actually not campaign. So that's partly why. And Leo never created a rule in the previous election in 2020 when that was happening, where people who ran who don't campaign are still on the ballot regardless. In this election, that had to change because Scorpio was not participating. So it had nothing to do with creep or anything like that. It had to do with the fact that Scorpio just likes running and announcing that he's running, but actually not.
I was talking about Mr. Gabbard, who left the Soul.
Well, we saw with Gabbard. I'm just going to take Gabbard as a quick example. Just look at the midterm performance for the Libertarians. They did horrible. But Gabbard polled extremely well. And I think it doesn't show that the Libertarians were popular, more so that third-party candidates are popular. And I think the more we go on, the more popular they're going to get. And I think Adel is the latest example of this. I mean, he's polling very high. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins a state or two, maybe even the election, if he's, really tries in campaigns.
He's not gonna try. I can tell you right now, he doesn't give a crap. I can tell you that now.
Yeah, I think, and this is my opinion, out of all of us, Louis Amaya and me, you're going to see us campaign the most.
Yeah.
We're going to give it everything we've got, 110% effort, no matter what, rain or shine.
Yeah. Well, one thing I say, though, I would endorse the candidate who campaigns the most. But I also prefer activity over inactivity. Because imagine having a president in an office where the person doesn't do anything for the server. It's just basically somebody with a name who won but doesn't do anything. And I'm in that state of fear right now where there's a possibility where the person could win but doesn't do anything, literally anything. And that's why I talked to Leo about the possibility of introducing the articles of impeachment amendment where we can impeach a president, an incumbent president. But Leo said no, it's too much like mocked up. But here was my idea: if let's say for example, the president only gets 5% in the 5% in the approval rating, right? Consistently, only 5% support from his own party or even from another party. They only poll 5%. Somebody, after 3 times in a row, somebody should say, hey, listen, let's impeach the guy. He obviously is not popular. Everybody hates him. So can we impeach the guy? And so somebody will bring up a 4th article of impeachment. An impeachment vote will go on the survey, and people will vote whether or not they want to impeach the president. If the president is impeached, the vice president becomes president. So what's the purpose of the vice presidency if the vice president can never become president? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to you? I guess it does not.
Hey Chris, I have a question. Can I it was a couple of questions ago because I wasn't allowed to talk about like the Jeffrey the Giraffe one.
No, I never said you couldn't talk about Jeffrey the Giraffe. I just said you couldn't talk about the campaign trail because you're gonna.
No. It was about the when Jimmy said Jeffrey for president.
Oh yeah. So before we talk about that, do you guys have any comments, any thoughts about the possible impeachment idea, or you guys don't have anything to say to that?
It sounds okay. As a mouse.
That is really quiet. Okay, let's continue. Talk about Jeffrey.
Okay. So basically, Jeffrey the Giraffe is winning because I am him, but technically I'm Owen, but still. Jeffrey the Giraffe. I am having a speech empowerment moment. I'll just say Toys R Us at this point because
let's say Toys R Us.
Yeah, Toys R Us. So Toys R Us Giraffe guy, he is wanting.
Hold on, Jimmy, stop insulting the guy, please. Welcome to the channel. Jimmy, stop insulting the guy. Continue.
Okay, so Toys R Us Giraffe guy, he is wanting because Toys R Us 1 is gone and he doesn't have a job. Plus he's 66, so he's young, so that's one thing. And plus, will he need a job, kind of? But the reason why he could do good is people knowing him from Toys R Us. Remember, Toys R Us was the biggest toy store in the entire world. Remember that. So he could get a lot of those kids who was in the 90s or 80s who are now adults and voters. Or people just in the server. Being realistic, people in the server who actually knows Toys R Us and actually likes it, he could win. To be actually realistic. But Toys R Us Giraffe, his main idea is make Toys R Us great again. Also tax cuts and buy the normal stuff. But though I did a poll of what he would do if he gets elected, and it says make Toys R Us great again. And second place was give all the GDP to Toys R Us. I don't know why that was second place, and that was kind of weird. But we don't talk about that.
You want to get to the point of this?
Yeah. So basically, he's blah blah blah.
I don't mean to cut you off. I got bored.
Oh my god.
I don't mean to be bad, but like, I got bored. Like, talk about. Okay, just get to the main point.
I'm back.
Let me do this. Okay, so for Jeffrey the Giraffe, because you guys want to talk about Jeffrey the Giraffe, the potential candidate in 2032, do you guys think had the possibility of becoming a nominee? Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, it definitely depends how 2028 goes. I think if Rainbow Dash does win, which I'm hoping because I'm Louis Amaya's running mate, is not the case. But if he does win, I don't think it is very likely that Jeffrey the Giraffe does end up becoming the nominee. If Louis Amaya does win and is the incumbent president, I think he stands a very good fighting chance. I mean, he's in the race a lot earlier than other candidates. Big names like Leo have said they're not running, and Chris Olivia is term limited. So I'm
term limited, and I shouldn't be. Leo's listening to me. I should not be term limited.
Yeah, I honestly think.
Why I say this? Because if you think about it, though, like you all gotta look at like everything. Like in this election, I had an actual election result. If you look in 2020, what is this? Like, this is not an election result. This is like chaos. This is like what you see in like the Australian, where like majority of the states aren't even called.
This is what you see in like the 1960 Democratic primaries. Look that up, and it's almost the exact same thing.
I know.
I'm gonna go back to the.
And I agree. I agree with you, and I think that like I really wanted like a scenario in which, there's a possibility for you guys to actually perform well. And it's funny because like when I ran in 2020, Clark Kent was my Republican vice president, and we ran on a unity ticket. He was supposed to be running in this Republican primary, supposed to be the successor to my presidency. My assumption is that if I win in a landslide, I can help the Republicans win in a landslide as well, creating that unifying effect that, hey, listen, we can come together as Democrats and unite for president and unite for president on a different party platform, but come under the ideology and the umbrella term of unity. But unfortunately, it was inactive, and it made it very difficult for me to get him to legislate and even want to be that candidate. Like, don't get me wrong, I love him. He's great, and I really wish he was active because I think he had a lot of potential, but he had a lot of untapped potential that he's not willing to put the effort in to get there, if that makes any sense.
I definitely agree. I think if Kent did have that potential, I think he would very well be a front runner and a big challenge for Louis Amaya in 2028. But I would just say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I would like to bring up the recent polls taken within the Republican Party that shows strong support for Nancy Reagan, for Gerald Ford, for Louis Amaya, and also strong non-support for the big Democrat man himself, Leonard Kim. But one poll that I'm very curious how it's going to end up is the poll on how Republicans think of Chris Olivia. I mean, many people believed just regularly that Republicans approved of Chris Olivia, and while a majority still do, it's not looking like that 80% strong commanding majority like it usually does. It's looking kind of frail.
You also got to mention as well that there's a very low voter turnout for all those polls, so it is kind of skewed based on how many people voted. It was only, I think, about 6 to 8 people voted, and it was at nighttime at midnight. So a lot of people didn't see and vote in those polls. So we can't really state that as a legitimate poll.
That is very true.
So I didn't was able to talk about the question of it can Jeffrey actually win the nomination, but
well, let's answer that question. Do you believe that Jeffrey, I mean, oh my God, not Jeffrey. Do you believe that the giraffe, because you're running as a giraffe for some reason, you think you have the capability of winning? Yes or no?
Yes, because one thing, I talked to Dash because I said, would you won if you won? Would you won two-tones? And Dash said, I don't know. So it's a 50-50.
I
Dash
mean,
said, I don't know. Well,
Yep.
then what's the point? So I just
No.
feel like he's running just to kind of screw the Stover over.
I think that's definitely a very big possibility. I mean, if you look out of all of the candidates in this race, I think it's almost a tie between him and Adel for who have campaigned the least for president. I mean, if you just look in the Democratic primaries, you get like a bunch of ads from Leonard Kim. You get a million campaign statements from Eleanor Templeton. And you get like a bunch of like rallies from Louis Amaya. But you get practically nothing from the front runner. And I think that's extremely skewed. And I think he doesn't even know if he's going to run for re-election, what he's really going to do as president. There are rumors that most of his base isn't even like full-pledged members of the Discord server.
They're not. That's the sad thing. And the sad thing is we're going to have a possibility, and Leo, I think, is going to end up indirectly hurting the server when it comes to, and I don't mean to piss on Leo, I'm not trying to, but I think it's going to end up hurting Leo in the long run if he allows for somebody to win and the city don't actually do any sort of executive orders, any sort of activity that you would expect from a president. There's a strong possibility that we're going to be in a position where Rainbow Dash, just assuming it's Rainbow Dash or even James Adele, who don't really campaign often, you might see a scenario in which their popularity plummets and makes, Leo look like Godsend. And there's going to be a scenario in which we might witness, a call for an impeachment. Because, I think there should be a measure that should be adopted for the impeachment. Because just say if nobody is campaigning, nobody is even acting as president, how can a server have a storyline if no one is willing to put the effort in? Because the reason why we're progressing as like a server when it comes to the election, we need to have a continuation of the story. We can't have a continuation of the 2024 election. It's going to get boring quickly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And Leo said,
yeah, I know I saw that.
Okay.
I just wanted you to comment on the other thing first. But okay. So we're going to go into the state of Arizona. So let's take a look and see if in Arizona. Let me try and see. Okay, how do you guys think won the state of Arizona?
Dash.
Shamrock, you have a comment?
Yes. Sorry, I was just in the middle of a conversation.
That's okay.
I think Arizona.
What?
I think Arizona will definitely go to Dash. I mean, there's just Leo Kim had everything set out for him. He's just going so far left that it's just making it hard for people to just say, I'd like this candidate, I'd vote for him. And he's making like a lot of issues that aren't as big issues as they would be big issues. And I think it's really hurting his campaign.
I agree with that. So we are going to interrupt you just for a minute here just to make an official projection in the state of Arizona. We can make, oh Jesus Christ. Okay, we can make it an official projection here out of the state of Arizona with Rainbow Dash in the lead. Rainbow Dash had won the state of Arizona with 46%.
Oh, wow, that was very close.
Yeah, with 38 delegates to Leonard Kim, 42.3% with 34 delegates, with Eleanor Templeton getting 7.7% and Teddy Roosevelt at 3.8% of the vote. Is this what you guys expected, that Leonard Kim would be competitive in the state of Arizona? I mean, I kind of expected it to be a little bit more for Leonard, only because it is closer to the border of California. So I did expect him to perform better because he seemed to perform better when it comes to the Latino vote. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I agree. But something that I would like to say real quick is how unexpected I felt like this election was. When I saw like the first few states come in, especially when Michigan came in, I pretty much said to myself, I was saying to myself the entire time, really, the more like on Super Tuesday, it's going to be completely over. Like Leo's going to win. Everyone else is going to drop out. But then Super Tuesday came, and Dash retook the lead and is now almost completely the Democratic nominee. And now, as more and more goes on, I'm almost 100% sure Leo's really not coming back from this. And I think Dash is definitely going to be the nominee.
I
And
think that
tonight-
I agree with you. I agree
tonight
with
is
you. And I
only-
think I agree with you. I think part of what hurt the Leo campaign, and I told Leo this prior to this election, is don't tell people how many people voted in each race. When you tell people how many people voted, and guess what? If you know the percentage of how many people in those elections voted for you, all you need to do is look at the result and say, okay, well, if only 40% of these people voted and there's 10 people who voted, I know automatically 4 people voted for me, which means in order for me to win, I need 3 voters to vote for me, and I could be in the lead. That's why I told Leo you cannot be telling people how many people voted, because when you do that, it's easier to supplement votes, if you know what I mean.
I definitely agree. And I think a lot of people, especially in the Democratic primaries, have been using that to their advantage. And I think Leo might have had this win if it wasn't for that. So
Oh yeah,
yet
absolutely.
another
I think
mistake.
he would have had this win, and I agree with you. I definitely think that it would have been more of a competitive race that would have been more. I think it would have been more like accurate to the server's liking, because you can't have a scenario in which people just, and it's another form of rigging. If you really look at it, it's another form of rigging, because you're taking the votes, you're looking at the tally and say, okay, well, this is how many more votes I need in order to win. That's another form of rigging.
Exactly. What he should have done is once the results were completely in and posted, then he should have released it. So there was nothing anyone could do. And another thing I think should be considered voting rigging is quite literally importing votes into the server.
Yeah.
These people aren't going to do anything in the server. They're just going to vote for one candidate over and over again. And it kind of makes the server biased and unfun. I think
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. However, I do feel like there needs to be a happy medium. We need people to come into the server to participate, but we also need them to be able to want to participate. So we need to find that happy medium. I think that will be a job for the next president, is how is he going to be able to get people into the server, be able to get them to vote, but also stay in the server after the election. I think that's going to be the big issue for that president, the incoming president, for him to figure out. I've done my job here. I gave you a lot of things on the server. I gave you an economy. I gave you a whole bunch of stuff. It's really the next president's job to really figure this scenario out, is how do you go around this and what's the best outcome and scenario. I think I agree with you, but however, I don't agree with you posting how many people voted after a race or poll or a ballot had ended, because that skews the result. However, what I think Leo should do is just say he's doing Super Tuesday. If he really wanted to post how many people voted in that election, he should just do it the way he used to do it, where he just adds them all up. Right, so just say he has 7 races, he adds up all the popular votes and adds them up together. Right?
Yeah.
I bet he releases that. Okay, this is how many people voted in in the Democrats. This is how many people voted in the Republican. What this would do, it will basically skew the result, and then unable to figure out, okay, who voted in what, and by how much. They wouldn't know how many votes to substitute, but they will know how many people voted. They just wouldn't know how many people voted in each race, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I definitely think that is a very good way to do things.
Yeah,
I agree with you. So I do want to poll up. Let's go to results in the Arizona one for the Republican. I think it's going to be a Lewis landslide.
Praying for a Lewis victory right now.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, it didn't come out yet.
you have to refresh.
Oh, but I thought you said for both. Okay, so I do want to go over. He said it's updated. Perfect. So it's perfect timing then. I do want to talk about the polling in the hypothetical scenario if the incumbent president was allowed to run for a 3rd and final term. We're going to talk about that in a moment and what that map would look like. So let's take a look in Arizona. Let's see. I think. Oh wow. Okay, so we have Jeffrey Lee still on the ballot. I had no idea.
Oh my
So in the state of
god.
Arizona here, we commit. Oh, sorry. In the state of Arizona, we have Luis Amaya at 71.4%, with to Jeffrey Lee 28.6%, with 43 delegates going directly to Luis Amaya out of the state of Arizona's Republican primary.
I mean,
I find this to be really interesting, but no one can understate how much Jeffrey Lee is Nikki Haley. No one can understate that as much as Jeffrey Lee does. I don't think you can say that for Skylar B. Bennett, but you can certainly say that for Jeffrey Lee. Jeffrey Lee is Nikki Haley.
I mean, I think you can definitely draw that comparison, but what I'm more like concerned about is how, like, this was almost my exact prediction. I mean, and if it keeps going at this rate, Luis Amaya is going to easily secure the delegates he needs to win tonight.
Right.
And in addition, I mean, just look at that. All red, every single county. And this is a crucial swing state. Every single delegate, every single county. 73% of the vote for Luis Amaya. And I think that is definitely going to reflect, and it's going to reflect even more the more we campaign in Arizona.
Oh, absolutely. So, I agree with you there. I agree with you. Let's talk about a possible scenario in which Luis Amaya performed and how he performed against the other candidates. Let's talk about that. And that would be really interesting to explore. So we have Luis Amaya up against the Rainbow Dash, right? In a hypothetical scenario in which Rainbow Dash versus Luis Amaya in the most recent polling, the Rainbow Dash takes the lead with 47% of the popular vote to 32% for Luis Amaya, with James Adele, the third-party candidate, the independent candidate, taking only 21% of the popular vote. According to the predicted electoral vote count, Rainbow Dash could win between 224 to 397 electoral votes, well under the electoral vote count that incumbent President Oliva had received back in 2024. However, Luis Amaya, his lowest vote total count would be 141 to 311. In terms of James Adele possible getting some sort of electoral votes, it would be 0 to 3. The last time a third-party candidate has won some sort of electoral votes was back in 2020, with multiple third-party candidates gaining electoral vote count. However, in a hypothetical matchup between Luis Amaya and Lenore Kim, the current vice president, Luis Amaya pulled ahead with 326 to 424 electoral votes. Lenore Kim, the VP, 114 to 209 electoral votes, with James Adele only taking 0 to 3 electoral votes. However, in the most recent updated polling, we have Luis Amaya ahead at 44% to Lenore Kim 38% and 19% for James Adele. James Adele, the third-party candidate, is holding his ground. However, the poll is almost lopsided, almost flips, according to the candidate on the ticket for the Democratic Party side. How confident are you in your campaign's ability, particularly Luis Amaya's ability to win?
Well, I'd just like to ask you, because there is a huge difference between polling and actual elections. Just look at 1948, for example. Harry Truman triumphantly holding the newspaper that said Dewey beats Truman after he won the election by a decent margin. And even in polls, they still show an electoral college victory is possible. So I don't think it's a mayover. I think because results show more people have voted in the general election than they have in polls by a big margin. Right. I think it is very likely that Luis Amaya comes back and wins. And I think the more they see that Dash hardly campaigns compared to Luis Amaya, I think the more they're going to turn to other alternatives. And I think that's how Luis Amaya is going to win. I have the utmost confidence in my campaign's victory.
I agree with you. Let's talk about something that is intriguing, because it's going to be a side-by-side comparison to the current incumbent president, who is very popular, but compared it to the candidates running for the Democrats and the Republican Party.
Oh, yeah. That was not our proudest moment in polling.
So, in a hypothetical scenario in which we have the incumbent president, President Oliva, up against Louis Amaya. Now, this is a hypothetical scenario in which incumbent President Oliva runs again for a third time. It's a hypothetical scenario here, up against Louis Amaya and James Adele, the third party
Owen.
candidate. Just change
Okay.
the Democratic Party.
Chris.
What?
Florida got updated according to Leo.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
and also a big news regarding
Yeah,
the
hold on, do not leak it. Do not leak the results because I will be pissed. So I know one of you guys are going to leak the results. Do not leak the results.
I don't even know
please.
the results.
Okay. As you were saying.
I don't even know the results.
Oh, crap. I just saw it. Okay. So we already saw the results. So we're just going to go right to it. I was going to ask you guys for your projections here, but guess not. Oh.
I didn't see it.
Okay, so we can make an official projection here out of the state of Florida. Rainbow Dash wins the state of Florida with 61.1% with 152 delegates. To Lenar's Kim, 27.8% with 89 delegates. To Eleanor Templeton, 3 delegates with 11.1% of the popular vote counting. With Teddy Roosevelt did not vote for himself in this election. However, what's interesting to note the fact that that's a big margin to lead. And so, really, Rainbow Dash has created a buffer zone between him and Lenar's Kim. I don't know if Kim campaign is going to be able to hang on. The question is, well, is Kim able to hold on? I swore that I thought Florida was definitely going to be a certain win for the Kim campaign. But that doesn't look like it's happening tonight. Do you guys agree or disagree?
Well, it's only
Okay,
me now.
I'm back.
Oh,
I've revived myself
else.
from the dead.
Oh.
Oh, we can also
so,
make an
we
official
already know that
projection.
it's really a
Hold on, Owen. We can make an official projection that Eleanor Templeton had just dropped out of the Democratic primary. We can now confirm that. They have lost the state of Florida by a wide margin, not even gaining any sort of traction towards their campaign. They had dropped out of the Democratic primary. Continue.
Could I please read the Templeton campaign's my opinion on the Templeton campaign?
Go ahead.
Despite, and Eleanor, if you're watching this, despite them being one of our biggest enemies on the campaign trail, I will admit I don't think anyone in the Democratic primary worked harder than Eleanor Templeton. She campaigned every day, producing several rallies all by herself. She did extremely well in her campaigning. Unfortunately, I just think she jumped the gun a little too early. I hope the best for her in the future. And even though she says we ruined her campaign, that's her opinion. I don't know. But I wish her the best in the future, and I hope this can only bring Amaya closer to victory.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was a very beautiful speech. I definitely think that the Eleanor campaign did a phenomenal job when it comes to campaigning. I think out of all the Democratic candidates, I definitely think that Eleanor Templeton definitely had a good showing when it comes to consistency and a willingness to be a good president if they were to be elected. However, I do think there is some sort of character issue with Eleanor Templeton. I think that there is some sort of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but when it comes to reporting and talking about politics on the server, we have to be openly blunt about what we think and all that type of stuff. I do think the Eleanor Templeton campaign is a little bit aggressive when it comes to attacking people who they should be making allies with. I do think that definitely hurt the Eleanor Templeton campaign.
100%. And they call me an attack dog. So my pretty much job was to attack a bunch of people for Lewis. And she was one of them. She would throw stuff at me right back. She was definitely very, very protective, you could say, of her campaign and didn't want it shining in false light, which definitely showed from a lot of her statements, even her closing statements. She blames us for her loss, but yeah, I think that's definitely something she will work on, because I do definitely believe she will be back.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think
Mhm.
that if in a hypothetical mashup, when you compare Eleanor Templeton to Lisa Mai, it's almost a close race between the two. Do you think that if Templeton was to announce a run again in 2032, do you think Templeton has a shot at becoming the Democratic nominee, or do you think he already burned too many bridges?
I think it would be very interesting, but I think Templeton still has a shot in 2032, depending on the candidates. As I said again, I think almost every candidate, it's a very similar situation in the 2024 Democratic primaries. They're going to get destroyed by the incumbent.
Yeah, I
But if
definitely
that,
agree with you. I definitely agree with you 100% there. However, I do feel like, with Leo Common, he's like, that's how campaigning works. You got to find things to attack your opponents. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how campaigning works. But there's also a consistency. You got to make sure, you go to those people and you talk to them. You say, hey, listen, I'm going to campaign against you on this reason. And I just want to reach out to you and let you know that if I hurt you in any way, just please communicate that with me. Nobody has done that in this campaign. And that's why it was so toxic compared to when I ran. Like when it was toxic, I
also,
reached out to them privately and I said, like, hey, listen, if I hurt you in any way, just please let me know. I'm here for you. Like, even if you lose, I'm willing to
Chris,
adopt some of your policies so that you feel like you're represented. I feel like that's a lack of character when it comes to certain candidates, but unable and ill-equipped to be able to lead. And I'm not saying that they're unable to lead, and I'm not talking about Illinois specifically, but I'm talking about the candidates as a whole. I don't think they have the ability to lead. I hope that I could be able to help people, tell them, and teach them more so how to be a leader and how to make everybody feel welcome.
also, we just got an update for the
Yes,
Florida.
I saw that. When I see that, I already saw that. I'd like to just finish what I'm saying, not like interrupt
Yeah.
myself. But I feel like
Hopefully, it's very skibbity.
you will see.
It's gonna be very Lewis because he dropped out of one Florida, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lee.
he dropped out the day
let's
before.
talk about the uncommitted vote though. Do you got what percentage the vote do you think the uncommitted vote would get? Do you guys think they'll get any delegates?
I think uncommitted is only going to get delegates in open primaries.
Yeah.
I think in closed primaries, Lewis is going to win almost like 100% of the vote.
Okay.
And I think, honestly, after tonight, depending on how big Lewis wins Florida, or if he does at all, I definitely think the odds are in his favor. Then I think he will win the nomination tonight, and we won't even have to worry about the uncommitted.
Right.
He will win it by
Absolutely.
90% for sure, guys.
So
Totally.
let's take a look at
90%.
Florida. Oh wow, that's bad. Okay, so we can now make the official projection that Lewis and Maya win Florida by a whopping margin with 87.5% of the popular vote, winning all
Wow.
125 delegates.
Okay.
Jeffrey,
And-
hold on. With Jeffrey Lee, 12.5% with winning 0 delegates. When you look at the official Republican total and you look at the delegate count, we have Lewis and Maya ahead with 58.5% of the popular vote, winning 1,114 delegates to only 292 delegates to Jeffrey Lee, but only winning 31% of the popular vote. Now, what do you think this means for the Lee campaign? Do you think Lee can ever come back from this in any other election if he was to run on the Republican primary?
Lee can definitely come back from this. Definitely not anytime soon, though. This is going to be a Lewis sweep.
Lee is winning next election. He said he was going to win next election.
Well, he said he would run if Lewis was not the incumbent. That's what he said.
Yeah.
But
if he said Lewis were the incumbent, he would run as a Democrat. The problem is him running as a Democrat is not going to do him any favors anyway, because he is still the same energy, low energy, kind of, and I hate to say it, but when you look at his energy and you feel his energy, he's similar to Joe Biden.
Yeah, and the giraffe would easily beat Lee.
Yeah, I don't think in a head-to-head matchup, if Jeffrey Lee was to become the Democratic front runner, I don't see a scenario in which, just say the incumbent president is Lewis and Mai. I don't see a scenario in which Jeffrey Lee, as the Democrat, will be able to win Democratic votes and be able to cross them and be able to win against the incumbent. I don't think we're going to look at a scenario in which the incumbent loses re-election.
I would just like to point out some of the swing states in the Republican primaries: Nevada, Georgia, Florida, Arizona. Michigan. Those are some of the swing states that have came in yet. All of them, but Nevada, have voted extremely high for Louis Amaya, and Nevada still voted pretty strong for Louis. And
Right.
if you put that in contrast to the Democratic primaries, they're a lot less united on who they want the nominee to be. And I think just by judging that, you can tell that swing states, especially in that area, are trending a little more towards Louis than they are Dash or Leo.
Right. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's compare it to the polls and the polling data that the Tower News Network did. But before we do have an official announcement here that King Diego is officially announcing that he did not plan to run in 2032 if Louis Amaya is the incumbent Republican president. However, we are going to talk about this because we do need to talk about it to get it done and over with. So in the head-to-head matchup between Jeffrey Lee and incumbent President Oliva, this is the incumbent map. This is what the presidential election map will look like, according to what Leo has said and given me if the incumbent president was running again for a third and final term. Based on the polling data here, again, Jeffrey Lee, President Oliva will win 68% of the popular vote to Jeffrey Lee, 29% to James Adels, 3% of the popular vote. This will be the Electoral College. This is the Electoral College landslide. President Oliva will again expand upon his original margin with 523 electoral votes to Jeffrey Lee's 15 electoral votes. However, when it comes to Louis Amaya up against the incumbent president, you have a little bit of a different storyline here. Hold on, what's going on here? You have the incumbent president still in the 500s here with 516 electoral votes to Louis Amaya 22 electoral votes, with only, and I quote, only the incumbent president winning 64% of the popular vote to Louis Amaya's 31% of the popular vote, with James Adels 6% of the popular vote. So what do you guys feel about these two results when it comes to the side-by-side comparison with how both Republican frontrunners who, well, one of them had dropped out, but up against the incumbent president, how do you feel like the candidate is able to perform up against a popular incumbent president? Do you think they may have the ability to have a strong performance? Like, okay, just say, for example, the incumbent president was to run again, right? And he was to win a second term. Now, this is the incumbent president. Vice President Leonard Kim is not polling and is nowhere near as close in terms of electoral vote count up against these two candidates. What do you think that means for the vice president who's running to try to take over the White House?
Well, I think it definitely shows a big difference between the president and the vice president. I mean, you have polls showing the vice president losing by landslide margins against Louis Amaya. Well, meanwhile, Louis Amaya is winning or losing in landslide margins to Chris Olivia. And I think there's definitely a big scale between those two candidates. And also, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Will we do like the prediction map for?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the prediction map. I kind of do everything in a chronological order.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about that. Like when I start to feel like we're ready for that, we'll go right to it. Don't worry. I have everything all planned out. Okay, is that okay with you?
Oh yeah. Just wondering.
So let's talk about that map a little bit more, because I think it's very explanatory, and we could talk more about that information and what that means for the incumbent vice president who is running for the presidency. We have VP Vice President Leonard Kim. This is his approval rating as of late. It's not updated yet because I guess he did not update it, but this is the current polling data for Vice President Leonard Kim. He is in the negative. Let me see if I can pull up the current data here, because he had not input that yet, because it is still currently, the vote is still currently going, but the disapproval rating is actually higher than it is currently projected. We have the VP approval rating at 29% approved to 64% disapproved and 7% undecided. This is the current vote tally, but it is still being decided at the vote rolled in. When you compare that to the incumbent President Oliva here, who was shown just recently ago up against the two Republican frontrunners in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup, he performed in the 500 electoral college vote range. But when you come to the popular vote, though, it's pretty consistent. He is above, while the VP is in the negative. So when it comes to the current polling data right now, which is still currently underway, we have the incumbent president at 65% approves to 16% disapproves, with 19% undecided.
I think
So, what do you
that
think this means?
once the new poll results come in, I think Olivia is still going to have a positive approval rating by a big margin. And I think Leonard Kim, for the first time ever, the average will be negative. That is what my predictions are as of right now.
Let's take a look at that. So we have the average at 44% approved to 34.6% disapproved. I think it might take 2 more polls to be in the negative. I think it's going to take a little bit longer. What do you say, Owen? Do you agree or disagree with this?
I agree on this, but I want to talk about President Oliva's approval rating. But if you can show it, because I want to talk
Okay,
about
approval rating?
for President Oliva.
Okay.
So if you can see, it's been shifting. Well, go to the newest ones. So the start of June, it was 70 to 17. It was 53. Yes, it did increase, but it started to decrease disapproval. But then in June 19th, it jumped up to go back. The disapproval since June 19th is jumping back, and if you see June 25th, it reaches 26, and it hasn't reached 26 since May 19th.
To be fair, I do believe that was when he was in the quote-unquote passing, because it never really got passed, of that 130 protection executive order, which was very unpopular among Republicans. I think that could have possibly been a reason it decreased a little. But if you look,
probably did, but also that wasn't my intention. That was not what.
I understand. Because overall, I think at the end of the day, Chris Olivia is a very good president. And I think you could definitely see that with the polls, because it jumps up right after. And it's still up. And I can't really read the average there, but I know it's like...
You want me to tell you? I could show you the average. I could bring it back up.
It's like 70-something points. Why is Kobe Hawthorne spamming links?
Oh, it's fine. He'd like to be active like that. Let him. You want to join the live chat?
Who is John Christian?
John Christian is
I think
JC.
Is who?
It's Eleanor.
Oh, Eleanor. I'm all in favor. She can join if she wants to.
If you want to. Oh, and you can give him the link.
I need to be added by the person.
Here, I'll send Eleanor the link.
Just send him the link, the invite link.
I will.
Templeton, if you say anything inappropriate, hold on. Templeton, if you say anything inappropriate, banned. I'm just saying that right now. Because we have some instances where people join the chat and they started saying white supremacy. Not thinking that you are, but you could be somebody who pretended to be Templeton.
I'm just going to send his account the link.
Okay. So anyway, I find it to be really interesting. So now let's take the map total. We have, this is the electoral map against Louis Amaya, right? He obviously performed a little bit better than Jeffrey Lee. So let's talk about that map, and let's talk about the head-to-head matchup with the most likely nominee, Rainbow Dash, up against the incumbent. Well, not the incumbent. The head front runner, the winner tonight, most likely will be Louis Amaya. So let's talk about that head-to-head matchup. We're gonna fill in the sub.
Could you do one favor for me?
Who?
Could you add James Adel in there too? Because I do believe he will win a state.
Yes, we're gonna do that right after. I'm just right now filling this in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna put that in. So don't worry. Gonna win all these. I still wish Leo would do what all of us been saying we wanted for a while, and I know this sounds like a broken record here, but I kind of wish like there was a scenario in which we were able to vote in each state again. You know what I mean? 'Cause that would have made it look. It would have made it more realistic, if you know what I mean. And it would have been more server dominated, which means that the server can decide who becomes president based on electoral college rather than the popular vote.
Yeah.
But he's doing it based off the popular vote, and the popular vote isn't always a determinative factor. If you know
Also,
what I mean.
Illinois results have come in for the Democrats.
What?
The Illinois results are in.
Okay. Diego, you can join too.
I added Diego. Let me just pull up the DMs.
Okay. Do you want your
Okay.
audio to camera to be on, Christian? I mean, you don't have to put your camera on.
Sir, can you hear me?
Does
Yes.
Diego have a new account?
Sir, I am Templeton. Sir, I have to
Okay,
ask
we
you
have
a
Templeton.
question. Sir, I have to ask you a question.
Go
If
ahead.
it's a hypothetical matchup between Rainbow Dash, Luisa Maya, and James Idle, based on the electoral map, who do you think will win?
I think Luisa Maya will pull ahead despite if he's losing the popular vote. I think there's a very high probability of him winning the electoral college. However, in Leo's new model, what doesn't call for that, I think it does change the narrative and changes the race in favor of Rainbow Dash. I definitely think Rainbow Dash could win this easily just by winning the popular vote. I think that the Republicans need to win the popular vote in order to have some sort of capability of winning the electoral college. That goes for both candidates, including James Adele. James Adele could poll an upset victory and win just by winning the popular vote, because the way Lewis is doing it, he's doing it based off who has the most popular vote, and that would be allocated based on who won in 2020. So Joe Biden versus Donald Trump, which in that case, the 2020 election is a little bit more lopsided in favor of the Democratic Party, so it does make it a little bit harder for Republicans to win. But it also, as well, makes it very hard for independent candidates to win as well. So I definitely think that when it comes to a head-to-head matchup under the new system that Leo has in place, it definitely makes it a lot harder. I definitely think and definitely agree with that. However, under the old model and the old format, I definitely think that it would be anybody's game, because anybody could, let's say Lewis and Maya could flip back Texas, Florida, and even flip New York again. I think he will win the election. Only just say winning maybe a few of the other swing states. I definitely think Lewis and Maya could win. However, under Leo's new model, well, he needs to win multiple states, and he needs to win the
I
popular
don't think
vote to have a shot.
I don't think Luisa Maya will win.
Why?
I mean, seriously, he ran a great campaign. There's no question about it. But given the 2026 midterms, which there is a strong third party showing and could switch to the Democrats, I don't think he's connected enough to win the voters. I think he might win some of the southern states, but I don't think he's gonna win New York, because New York is solidly Democratic, and Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, I think it will go to Amaya by tilt margins if it was between Dash or Kim. But um, I
Hold on,
but
hold on.
I think
I
he's
want to interrupt you for 1 second, Diego. There's something wrong with your thing. Is that your device is not connected. I don't know how to help you with that. If you're watching it,
Oh,
from YouTube, you have to give up YouTube.
Wait, Chris. I actually know the thing.
Okay.
I keep on having
Illinois'
that problem when I
Republican just got
join,
updated.
but it fixes on its own. Like it takes a couple seconds or like a
Okay.
minute.
So we do have an update, so we're going to talk about that update, and then Christian, you can continue where you left off right after we have the update in Illinois. So I'm going to try to hide the results here. Goddamn. Okay. So you guys can see the
Yes.
results here. Who do you think is going to win the state of Illinois?
I think Leo might pull a narrow win, but as of right now, I still think Dash will win.
Okay. Does anyone
Leo easily
else
wins.
disagree or agree?
I disagree. Leo wins. Leo W.
Okay.
Leo momentum.
Christian, do you agree or disagree?
Maybe Leo could win, but sad to say that now that my campaign has dropped out after I lost Florida, if I would have won Florida, I could have possibly be second placed in maybe Ohio chances. But since I lost Florida, excuse me, Christopher, because my voice doesn't feel so well. But
That's okay.
I think Kim is gonna win probably Ohio or Kansas because I don't think that brony culture of Rainbow Dash could effectively do well with the voters. Because
Okay.
Dash's brony culture did well in the Deep South.
Right. Diego, what is your opinion on this?
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be like a
who do
very
you think it's gonna
close
be?
election. A very close election.
Okay. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Leo
Okay,
momentum.
we can project that Louis Amaya wins the state of Illinois with 53.8%, to Rainbow Dash 34.6%, with Eleanor Templeton at 7.7%, to Teddy Roosevelt 3.9%, with Lenore Kim winning 90 delegates to Rainbow Dash 53 delegates. This is certainly an upset. This is a win that
Oh my
Lenore
god! Oh
Kim
my
really
god!
needs.
Oh my god!
What?
Okay, I'm not going to spoil the results, but something big happened in the Republican primary.
Okay, well, let's not spoil that, please. So let's take a look at the delegate count total here. So we have here Rainbow Dash at 1,231 delegates, to Lenore Kim 1,082 delegates, right? With Robert Flores at 57 delegates, to Eleanor Templeton at 40, Teddy Roosevelt at 3, and Ever at 1, and everybody else at 0. So far tonight, we have projected that Rainbow Dash has won 247 delegates, to Lenore Kim 213 delegates, only winning 46% of the popular vote, to Rainbow Dash 53% of the popular vote, with Templeton at 1% winning 3 delegates, and Roosevelt at 0 with winning 0% of the popular vote. I think this is very interesting. It's definitely lopsided, but it is certainly a contested race nonetheless. Do you guys know if the Republican Illinois is have been called yet or not yet?
It has been called. Both of
It
them
has
was
been
called
called.
at the same time.
One thing I would like
Okay.
to say is that there were two rumors about candidates dropping out. One for Eleanor and the other for Leo.
Yeah.
Leo, if he does bad,
Don't
but he's
think
not
Leo
doing
is
bad.
going to drop out. I think he did make it very competitive in the two previous primaries and won in Illinois. I don't think he should have any reason to drop out right now.
Yeah. I
And
agree with
Yeah,
you. It is too
Eleanor-
hotly competitive.
Leo
Eleanor
would
did her
only
best.
drop out if he did so bad in these primaries. But if he did at least
Right.
good, he wouldn't drop out. And he did that.
Owen, I need to interrupt you. You're going to be in charge right now of the live. I just need to take my dog potty.
Okay. I love being in
Okay.
charge.
Do you want to be on a certain screen?
Yeah.
Why don't you show your live
It
stream?
wasn't all red.
Why do you?
It wasn't
Oh,
all
you
red.
can't show your live stream. You want
No,
to?
I can.
You want? Okay, put it up now.
Yeah, okay.
I think the reason why Leo won Illinois was because I remembered to vote, but I didn't vote in Florida. I forgot.
And
Okay, so
It's many
Owen is going to be in
reasons.
charge.
30
Everybody,
delegates
hold on,
away.
hold on, Owen. Owen is going to be in charge. Everybody, please be respectful of Owen. I'll be right back.
Just 30
Okay.
delegates
Like,
away from
That's why I
the
just looked at
nomination.
it.
okay. Okay, Shamwell. Yeah, I know you guys are gonna win, but somehow, Lee won the Democrats here and won the spaghetti. Did well in the spaghetti zone and
In the Chicagoland area? In the Chicagoland area, Owen?
Yeah, this area, aka the Democrats'
Chirac.
high zone. Well, it's basically just the Democrats overliving.
By
makes
the
sense.
way, so far, Louis Amaya has won 99% of the delegates tonight, compared to Lee winning 1%. If we win, hold up. If we win,
Also, by the way, people keep on pinging me in the general chat in the Discord. I don't know why at this point.
I only pinged just to get your DM.
Yes, but like after you pinged, like then everyone started pinging, and it was so annoying. I had to turn off ping.
I think Leonard Kim would not drop out.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kim is probably not going to drop out. He's going to stay until the end. But the thing I was trying to
Yes.
say was about Kansas. We just have to win all of the delegates in Kansas, which is very likely possibility. We capture the nomination. There are 39 delegates in Kansas.
First
We
of
have
all,
30
okay,
away.
Shamrock, you guys are basically the Republican nomination. You don't even have to worry. There's no chance.
I know.
There's not
I
even a convention.
just feel more comfortable having a full-on solid win tonight. And so far, it's going better than I could have possibly expected. And I'm going to go back, shifting back to the Democratic primaries. I think Leo is not going to drop out yet. I mean, he won by a decent margin in Illinois.
Yes, but I'm saying like he would probably still have the things of dropping out in with every single group of things. So like what's the next group of states?
By the way,
It would
Teddy
be-
Roosevelt.
It would be
has said
July
that-
9th.
Teddy Roosevelt has said that he's going to stay in the primaries no matter what. So even if Leo does drop out, the primaries won't be over because there will still be a challenger.
Yes, but Dash would be the presumptive nominee.
Pretty much, yes. It's very similar to a situation
Yeah,
with
so
Leo, except there's actually
Leo still has a chance, I think.
Leo actually
Leo
has the
Leo
momentum.
definitely has a chance. He has more than a chance. It is like 40% likely that he wins the nomination.
It's a
60%
50-50.
likely he doesn't.
It's a 50-50. Okay.
It's not
It's
really
very easy.
50-50 right now because
Well,
Leo
if he
is
keeps
still,
on doing what he's doing, he probably will
Leo,
get
yeah,
it to
Leo has made like a lot of mistakes this campaign. He's already behind quite a bit to Dash. So yeah,
Wait,
I don't think the
Leo's-
odds are in his favor.
Leo is watching this. Leo's in the chat. Hey, Leo, are you still thinking about dropping out? Because it looks like you're very good. And I think that you thinking of dropping out should be like a 0%.
Yeah, even
And
Dash says. Dash
Yes.
agrees. He says Leo shouldn't. Drop
Okay,
out
Leo
yet.
says he's
alright.
I don't
He's
know
staying.
Okay, big projection here. Leonard Kim has announced he is staying in the race after a major victory in Illinois.
Well, duh, it makes sense.
So right now,
It really
the
does.
only person at risk of dropping out is Teddy Roosevelt, but he has already
No, he's
said
not
that
dropping
not
out.
going to drop out. So I don't think he will, but it's still a
These
possibility.
candidates will
I mean,
stay
he's not
into
performing very
to the
well.
last.
Yeah, he's gonna fight until the end, even if it's just him and Dash.
It's
That was
by
my prediction.
200. Dash only needs 737 to win, while Leo needs 886 delegates.
Rainbow Dash said, "Should I drop out?"
She said, "Okay." Dash says that every single time.
Don't
We did
encourage
show it,
Rainbow
Leo.
Dash. I hope Rainbow Dash loses. She says that
Rainbow
like almost
Dash
every
can.
open chat. Rainbow Dash is most likely not going to lose. And I think
Well,
depending on
there's still
how
a Southern State,
Kansas,
guys. There's still a Southern State, so you know it's still possible.
yeah, Kansas is still. Has Kansas updated? I'm checking the D for Kansas.
Hey guys,
We do not know, and
it's
also
it's gonna take me a little bit longer. My dog just peed in the cage, so I gotta
Sorry.
clean that.
Alright.
okay, you were going
All right,
to talk about that.
keep going, Lewis. I mean,
Okay.
Owen.
Yeah.
Hold on a
I just
second.
noticed something.
And then one needs you guys to catch me up, okay?
Okay. Also, Lewis, you is basically the official nomination. Let me see how much he needs
$30.
because it actually tells you. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. 40 actually. He only needs 40.
30.
He was off by 10. It says 40.
Look how many delegates he has.
Yeah, but it says it's 40. Okay. I'm just trusting this the viewer thing. I'm hovering on what's left, and it's 40.
Okay, I'm
Just
back.
Look at this, guys. This is how much the delegates won so far. 99% for Lewis. It's a landslide.
For who? For Lewis?
For Lewis, yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, look at this.
Democratic.
Yeah, it's very surprising.
Honestly,
He
yeah.
only needs 40 more.
We
It
are
just got
going to.
updated.
Okay, so here is the same exact one that what to call it, that Owen had. Owen, you can get rid of your thing now. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, just so your thing doesn't lag. It's interesting because when you look at the Republican primary, you have the delegate count total. You have Louis Amaya at 58.9%, Jeffrey Lee 31.1%, where only Jeffrey Lee is still stable at 295 delegates to Louis Amaya 1,175. That is certainly a very good performance for the Republican nominee. But when you look at the past election results back for the Republicans back in 2020, it was highly contested. It was kind of like Jeffrey Lee is like the new, Louis Amaya, excuse me, not Louis Amaya. Leonard Kim is like Jeffrey Lee in 2024, and Skylar B. Bennett is like Rainbow Dash. Right? When you look in 2020, though, it's kind of the same scenario for the Republican. It's so competitive. If you look at the margin here, it's still very much competitive. And actually, I think in 2020, when you look at the results here, I think Leo was doing it based off the Democratic primary rule, and then he ended up switching over in 2024 for the Republican primary, and he was following that. He updated it. The delegate count total is completely different. However, it is still interesting to see how competitive the race truly was. But I think Donald Reagan and Louis Amaya, I think Louis Amaya had the best performance for a Republican. I definitely think that Louis Amaya could be compared to somebody who is charismatic when it comes to a very low energy Democrat. But I think when there's a high energy Democrat versus Louis Amaya, I think Louis Amaya falls. Do you guys agree or disagree to that?
Disagree.
You said you agree or disagree?
I think I disagree. I think Louis Amaya can win no matter what odds. I mean, right now he's done like seemingly impossible things by getting a bunch of Democrats to support him, uniting the Republican Party, and winning by this big of a margin. And you're looking at some swing states that are voting almost 80% for him. I think it's extraordinarily likely that even if, like, for example, Dash, let's just use him, wins the nomination, that Amaya still wins the election when it comes to second president. I'll be right back. I just need to do something real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about this map. This is the tossed-up map for the 2020 2028 presidential election. We have some states that would be classified as likely, not likely yet, because we haven't classified them yet. So we're going to do this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the likely states for the Democrats, likely states for the Republicans. We're going to go lean, tilt, and then we're going to decide if any states, if any at all, go towards the third party vote. Now, this is going to be a hypothetical mashup between Rainbow Dash, so we are actually going to change.
I'm back, Skibbity.
Excuse me?
I'm back.
Okay. We are going to be talking about the map here, so if you don't mind, that's what we're going to be talking about. I kind of explained how we're going to do this. We're going to do Democrat, Republican, what?
Kansas is updated.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Bro.
We're one thing at a time.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Don't be. It's okay. All right. So I appreciate you telling me that. Oh, we'll get there. Trust me. We'll get there. I'll see it. Adele, what color do you think he should be? I think it's purple.
I think purple, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's
purple's fine.
he's white,
Okay.
or not white, pale.
So this is the map here. So we are going to go and take a look at the updated margin here for the 2020 results. Let's see. For Candace, you said. I think Lewis might win. I mean, Leo.
Lewis,
Leo. I think Leo. I keep
the
comparing-
presumptive
I
nominee.
feel like Joe
guys.
Biden. I feel like Joe Biden when I talk sometimes.
Lewis will
we
need one
we
more
will beat Trump
delegate.
again in 2020.
Guys, Lewis will still not be the nomination. Still. He needs
Okay.
he still need wins when
Kansas
Okay,
is
so we're gonna
taking the
interrupt. We're
return
gonna
seat.
interrupt Owen here. Oh, okay, that's a shocker. So in the state of Kansas, with 55% of the popular vote, Rainbow Dash won 55.0% with 20 delegates. To Illinois Cam 35% with 13 delegates. To Eleanor Templeton at 10%, and Teddy Roosevelt at 0. I definitely think that there's a part of me. I'm gonna be honest with you here. There's a part of me, and what the hell is this? Oh, hold on, I gotta kill this thing. Oh, what is this? Is it a beetle? So there's a part of me that feels like what the hell is this? Okay,
By
sorry.
the way,
So there.
Kansas
Hold
are
on.
updated.
Hold on. We're gonna try to talk like one at a time because we don't want to interrupt like each other. There's a part of me that feels like there's a lot of green, and it should have been towards Leo, not towards
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash. Do you guys agree or disagree?
This
And then
is-
Well,
you can keep the comment.
Chris, it's
What?
based kind of like real life because see, most of those counties are just kind of blank counties which don't matter, and like the city areas matter, and it's kind of like New York with upstate where it doesn't matter, or like states like has a lot of counties but like only the city area matters or the big populated areas.
Right.
So like Kansas, if you need to win it, you have to win what Dash won. You have to win those counties to officially win.
Right. Shamrock said he had to go to the toilet. I don't know why he had to tell me that, but I guess he had to go to the toilet, so I will announce it to the public. Shamrock has to go to the toilet.
He loves skibbity
I'm not.
toilet.
I'm brushing my teeth.
I bet you he's
Skibbity
taking a
toilet's
heart dump
great.
right now. I bet you he has Chipotle.
Go to the Republicans. We can Lewis needs one more. Everyone knows it now. By the way, it's like a big thing now.
Yeah. Is this thing not updating or what? Like, what is going on here? Hold my God. Hold. I'm gonna mute myself. Owen, you're gonna talk for me.
Okay. So do I screen or just talk? Okay, talk. Okay. So basically obviously Lewis wins all of the needed delegates. He won every single one, and if you can scroll up, which actually matters, he won technically 12. I wish I actually had my screen because I could actually scroll up. He needs one more to win the nomination. Lewis needs one more. So technically, he's not the nomination, but he's close. So technically,
Next round.
still, Lewis is not the nomination for the Republicans yet. so we'll appeal to the presidential results
Yeah.
until
We still have
Ohio.
one more state. We still have one
I'll
more
win.
state, and I'm convinced, 100% sure, he's gonna win it after Ohio. It doesn't even matter.
Well, duh, he only needs one. What
doesn't
has
even
to
matter.
happen? What has to happen is Lee wins every single delegate in Ohio to prevent.
Yeah, which is
Lewis
kind
to
of
win.
impossible if I'm being honest.
If there was so much of that anti-protest vote, that would be crazy though.
Yeah, that
Hello,
would be
can you hear me?
if there's any sort of
Yeah, we can hear you.
anti-protest vote.
Can
It's
you hear me?
interesting because he
Is
actually
Ohio
one
done
delegate
yet?
No.
He was one
Ohio's
delegate
not-
away. I find that to be interesting. I didn't even know that. Like, Candace put him right on the verge of becoming the official Republican nominee. So we all knew that, Lewis Amaya was going to be declared the winner tonight. The thing is, we don't know who's going to win
Ohio.
the Democratic Party. It's still up for grabs.
Yeah.
Still
There's
up for
still-
grabs
there's-
then, yes.
What?
Ohio. It's if something weird happens in Ohio and like Lee wins every single delegate, I think that would just be a meme in the circle.
Right. So I do want to interrupt you guys because I do want to be able to do this map because every time we try to do this, everybody's interrupting and telling me we have to go do another state call. So I do want to get this in so we can kind of see where we're at in terms of electoral college prediction. So let's do this if you guys don't mind. So
I
let's
think
talk about the first state. Out of the state of Oregon, you guys think it would be likely Republican or likely Democrat or likely a
likely Democrat.
I think it
Likely
will
Democrat
be
for me.
leans
Yeah.
Democrat. I
Likely
think no matter
Democrat.
what, it's going to be a Democratic state. I think it's going
I
to be
agree.
either leans or likely
Well,
Democrat.
it's a more Republican out of the three Western states in the West Coast. To
Right.
be honest.
Okay, so
It's
moving
more
on.
Republican than
Moving on.
Republican.
We're moving on. We're moving on. Out of the state of Illinois, you know the rule. You know the
Ready.
drill now.
Solid Democrats, I think.
Yeah, solid
I
Democrat.
don't think it's going to be solid. I think Louis and Maya can
Likely.
be competitive here, so I don't think it's going to be solid.
Out of all the states so far, Illinois is what Louis Amaya performed the worst in. I think it's going to be likely still.
I agree.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because remember, you have the third party vote.
Illinois is not safe for the Democrats.
Okay. New York.
Likely.
New York is going to be safe.
Likely.
Amaya.
Likely them.
We're not doing safe. We're not doing safe for any party because it's not going to be safe.
It's going to be
Likely
probably leans. Adel.
No, lean them. Lean them.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I think.
so- Okay,
Leans
so
down.
how
In
many
all
of you?
seriousness,
I
leans
want you to say how many of you believe that New York is going to go Democrat? Yes or no? Owen first.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Shamrock.
Yes.
Okay, JC,
Yes.
Diego.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. It's going to go likely Democrat. Actually, that's how we're going to do this now. In the state of New Jersey, with 14 electoral votes, likely Democrat, or what do you guys say?
Hold up. Could I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I think it's going to be leans or tilt Democrat. And here's why I think that. Louis Amaya is already doing like a bunch of campaigns in his home state, which just so happens to be New Jersey. We've gotten an endorsement from a few New Jersey politicians. So I think it could honestly go tilt leans Republican or tilt leans Democrat.
Right. Now, under Leo's original method, I definitely think we could definitely classify New Jersey as a competitive state. However, in the new method, that is not going to be the case anymore. He cannot pick out certain states to win.
I
So,
still think
theoretically speaking, he's not going to win New Jersey. If New York is likely, New Jersey is likely.
here's what I think, because usually New Jersey votes to the right of New York. Like if you look at their governor race, it was actually pretty competitive. And if you look at the Senate race, that could be competitive, judging by how the Republican nominee runs their case. So I think
That is true. But also, you
I
got to notice,
honestly-
well, the cases and the races in New Jersey, the Democratic incumbents were normally corrupted. So technically, that was a
Yeah.
special fact. You don't really know
I think-
exactly the true electorate of New
I think-
Jersey.
Here's what I think. As of now, New Jersey, I think, will be leans blue. But by election day, I think it will be tilt or leans Republican. So my official response, I think it's going to be a Republican state.
Right.
No, I don't think it's a Democratic state. I think it's a Democratic state. Because although Maya campaigned in New Jersey, I don't think the New Jersey people are smart enough to vote for him because they tend to be more Democratic in more recent polls. And I don't think, although you ran a solid, great campaign for the Republican side, it's not gonna change the trajectory of New Jersey.
I mean,
New Jersey hadn't voted. Wait, hold on. Let me finish. New Jersey hadn't voted Republican since '88, and from '92 onwards, they voted Democratic in the presidential elections. But when it comes to Republican politicians in New Jersey, they tend to be as corrupt as it. So I don't think it's gonna be a Republican state. I think it will be if it's a Republican state, it will be tilt. But judging from that, I think it's gonna go lean.
Well, in
Lean
2020,
Republican,
New Jersey
lean
is
Democrat.
definitely.
And
New
I'm going to
Jersey is-
interject here. In 2020, we had New Jersey go Democrat. Let's take a look at the margin in New Jersey here with the incumbent president at the time when he was running for his first election. Let's take a look at the result in New Jersey. So in New Jersey, the incumbent president had won it with 100% of the vote. When we go to the state of New Jersey again in 2024, and we look at the results here, let's take a look with New Jersey. And he went it with 58% of the vote to 42% for the Republicans.
So here's
I think
what
it's starting to say that in 2028, the Republicans is not going to win
Here, hold
New
on.
Jersey.
Here's what I think, just real quick. It's clear that New Jersey is trending Republican, and if a incumbent president, very popular, who won in an absolute blowout landslide, couldn't even win over 60% of the vote in New Jersey, and with Louis Amaya having all these campaign skills, I don't think it's that out there to consider that New Jersey might vote Republican.
Now, here, I think Leo is going to tell us whether or not New Jersey had actually anybody voting in New Jersey, because Leo's going to tell us that now, because based on that margin, that could be the margin in 2020 that was supplemented for states that didn't have any votes in there. So technically, we got to wait for Leo to tell us whether or not anybody even voted in New Jersey. So we can't make that determination till Leo tells us whether or not somebody voted in the state of New Jersey. So let's leave New Jersey as a toss-up for now. Let's go to the state of Virginia.
I'm gonna say
Tilt.
Virginia is probably going to be leans or tilt blue.
Okay.
I think-
Tilt blue for me.
I think unless
Which
like
state?
Virginia.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to interject here. Leo said he thinks like one or two people voted in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Leo. Hold on. If anybody voted in New Jersey, then it has to be 3 votes, because in order for it to be 58%, that means 2 people have to vote for the Democrat, 1 person had to vote for the Republican. It can't just be 2 people, then that's 50-50.
Yeah. Hold up. Here's what I believe. So we know Louis Amaya votes from New Jersey, and we also know that the Giraffe votes from New Jersey, I believe, as well. And both of them, I'm pretty sure, support Louis Amaya. So I definitely believe Louis Amaya will win New Jersey. With that information,
I have a
Louis,
proposal. Hold on. I don't want to interject you, Owen, but I just want to write a proposal somewhere, if you don't mind.
okay.
I have a proposal. What if we can do a scenario where we have like Leo's new model, Leo's new method, what he wants to do, but we have what we call the incumbency factor, where people can vote in that state and not vote for the popular vote. They can vote for that state. So just it gives the candidate a chance to win their home state.
Leo just
I
said it
don't
was
think.
a tie.
What?
So yeah, Leo just said it was a tie. So with that information, I believe
That,
New
that,
Jersey.
so we reverted back to the 2020 result. That makes sense. So New Jersey probably would have went Republican in a hypothetical scenario in 2028 if it was based on the server method, the original method, not the new method.
I think
The
New
new
Jersey is
method
going
would
to vote
make New Jersey
Republican.
blue. The old method would make New Jersey a toss-up.
I think if New Jersey does go blue, it's going to be a leans blue state.
Yeah. Well, I think Leo should do this new model where people who have a home state, people should be able to vote in that specific state on who they want to try to make it a little bit more competitive, a little bit more interactive, to try to create like some quote unquote an upset, if that makes any sense. Do you agree or disagree here?
I'm going to
I-
say New Jersey. Let's just do the thing like where we go in line.
What?
Like where we go in line of whatever each person thinks New Jersey will go. Again.
Yeah, okay. So Owen Haley, what do you think about that idea? Do you like that idea that there's a possibility of the home state factor vote where people are going to vote in that state of the candidate's home state and determine whether or not it goes towards the new candidate or the old candidate? I mean, the new candidate who's running in their home state, or they just go consistently with the way they voted in the past? Do you agree or disagree to that?
I agree.
Okay, Shamrock. Okay, moving on. Diego, do you agree or disagree with that statement that I just made? Where the
Might be.
Do you agree or disagree?
I couldn't hear you.
Okay, so what I said was there's an idea where the candidate home state can be voted on by other candidates. I mean, by other voters, and they can make the home state competitive. So just say, for example, the Republican nominee, most likely Republican nominee, Louis Amaya's home state is New Jersey. So in that case, on the general election ballot, voters should be able to vote in New Jersey and not opt to vote for the national popular vote and be able to make New Jersey competitive if they wanted to. Do you think that should be the case for all candidates, that depending on your home state and what home state you pick, that will determine as the general ballot state that people should be able to vote in to create some quote unquote an upset election? Or do you think that it should have stayed the way that Leo has it now, where it's all one straight method? The West Coast is blue, the Northeast is blue, the whole center of the country is red, and only a few handful of toss-up states. Do you agree or disagree?
I
I
don't think
think
I don't think that's gonna be a really good idea
Okay, why?
because, well, let's say I create a candidate and I'll just put it in California just to gain the most electoral votes.
That is a good point.
Yeah, but there will be multiple
makes
people.
California a toss-up state. You know what I mean? It makes California a toss-up state. So
But
people
also-
won't vote down ballot. They have to choose. They could vote for the national popular vote winner, or they could vote for the state of California, or they could vote in Ohio to say those are the two candidates running. They have to pick between the three to vote in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you should vote for something that is I think the West Coast will and the Northeast and Illinois and Virginia will go blue. The Plains and the Deep South will go red, and the rest of the states could be toss-ups. So I think it will be up to the states. It will either be a statewide popular vote winner, or should they vote for any upset elections like this? So it could have a possibility that there could be a Democrat winning in Missouri or a Republican winning in let's say Connecticut or Delaware or some matter. I think it would all depend on the states to think.
Yeah, I agree with you. But also in 2020, the state of California was competitive. And in 2026 for the governor's race, it flipped towards the Republicans for in the state of California's governorship. So when you take all that into the idea, California, if it followed the old method, would make California toss-up, does it not? Giving Lewis and
No.
Maya a possibility of winning the state of California if that was the way it was working.
No. I think the West Coast and the Northeast should go Democratic. But if the Republican can try to campaign there, I think they could make it more competitive than it should.
Owen, hold on. I'm going to
However,
interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you 1 minute. Owen, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you do a live stream of this? Get this on your screen and just cover this, but then do your own map, and then just talk about it because I gotta clean up. My dog just pooped in the cage.
mhm.
All right, so just,
Okay. I have to pull up the app.
but don't call Ohio till I get back. Okay.
Ohio
so-
was taking a long time, so we probably won't be
Yeah.
getting to
Okay,
it.
that's fine. Just do the share screen so I can add you in now. I apologize, everybody. I have a dog who is 8 months old and for some reason does not know how to be potty trained.
So I just copy that thing down for the presidential map. Just dash Lewis and Adele. And he's gone. Okay, I am going to stream this. I'm gonna try my best. He said Cope, I'm not listening. I'm not okay. If this can actually okay. I'm gonna try my best to actually do this. Dash Lewis. Not Hames. What the heck? James. Okay. Safe states.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Safe Democrat.
Bye.
That was it. Okay, see ya. Okay, so I think I have the map. Okay, why? I think this was kind of like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to. I have to call that. Okay, this is like the exact one. Oh yeah, I have the other ones. Okay, so I'm gonna try my best to predict this. Oh, try the group, but we really don't have a group. We barely even have 4 people. So I think Iowa will be likely. Is that okay with you guys? Iowa being likely.
Yeah, I think
Republican?
B's gonna vote there.
Lean.
Well, yeah, but Roy B
B.
doesn't even pay attention.
Skyler.
I think Ohio would be likely. I don't know. Does it make sense if Ohio's likely? And Dash, Chris is just having to clean out the dog cage.
I think
because
it's gonna be Tilt.
Tilt. Yeah, even Gannon is siding with me. It's likely. I don't believe it's Tilt. Dash is not gonna be that thing. But I do think
Alright.
New Hampshire's lean. Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Adele James would like have a lot of vote. That's momentum in Ohio. Dash in the Will State. Cope. We are not doing it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. I will make New Hampshire tilt. Okay. That was the last I will go. Okay. to side with the Republicans because I'm trying to be the most independent. Okay. We're doing the 3 one with Heaven, 3 for James Adele. So I think Adele wins main second.
Main second.
Yeah, by a lean margin. I do think because it says to win 3 delegates, so I think likely means all. I'll actually make this likely. And that will actually give the delegate to be enough. Lewis, I'm not tripping. So how James would get 3 would be main, and the polls do show there is a scenario that James do get 3. Listen, it does not say 1. It says 0 or 3. I'm basing off the 3 one, not the 0 one.
I think given that assumption that Adele will win main second and main at large, main first should go to Adele as well.
Well, see, I'm going off the poll that had James Adele at 3. There was 2, yeah, 1. Oh, I thought it was just 0 or 3. Okay, I was stupid, everybody. I was stupid.
Alright.
I was stupid. Okay, this is the correct one for main. Okay. Yes. Okay. This is good. I'm gonna say this is good. Okay. We're gonna go for Nebraska second. Okay, Leo, I already get it. It's not 0 or 3. It's 0, 2, 3. I was dumb. Okay, hear me out. Nebraska second lean them. It's just a liberal, okay? It's a liberal area. And also Dash will be doing good in the poll, so I don't think it's tilt or going for Lewis. Just to be realistic. And I think Hawaii is actually safe. Obviously. Getting lean demo to D. Yeah, I know. Okay. So I think we're gonna do Colorado, New Mexico, and then we will do these, and then we finally call New Jersey. Okay. Colorado. Which way that will go? I still think it goes Democrat. Lean Dem?
Yeah, lean Democrat.
Okay. Well, New Mexico's more Republican than. Okay. What's New Mexico? Is it the same of Colorado or more Republican or more Democrat?
More Democrat, I think.
Well, in real life, it's more Republican, but I think it's likely. I'm not thinking it's likely. I'm basing off. Oh my God! Stop saying Owen. Okay,
What's going
stop
on?
it.
Okay, what is going on? Because all I heard was somebody screaming and yelling. What is going on?
People keep on saying my name. I don't know.
Okay, let's not overreact here.
They said Owen. I have to tell you something. Owen.
Okay, let's not do that, guys, because I can see why it's annoying. Okay. I'm just filling your space here. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Oh, well, I don't know. Owen, that's in the live chat. Why do you care?
I don't know. I just like seeing Owen.
Okay, anyway, I'm back. So, thank you all. I assume Shamrock left?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to go.
Okay. All right, so is this the current map that we're at?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the same system and the state of New Jersey and New Hampshire. What do you guys think? You think James Adele will be able to win his 4 electoral votes?
No.
No?
Yes.
I think James Adele could. I think if James Adele actually got out the vote, I think he could. but I don't think he has it in him. I think he doesn't care.
I mean, he
What do you
barely
guys say?
campaigns.
Because it's clearly obvious James Adele
New
doesn't
Hampshire's
really
lean
try to
them or
campaign. He has
give
a
them?
terrible campaign style. So, if anything, I feel like when it comes to like James Adele, he's not going to be able to win.
He literally said, if I don't win, there might not be another election to vote in, which is outrageous.
Who said that? I swear to God, I hate
Adele.
puppies. I love puppies, but oh my God.
Like in one, in like
Well,
the
but time to
campaigning
meet
channel.
the
right?
takeover. Yeah, James Adele said there wouldn't be another election if he
That's
if
that's
he,
an outrageous claim.
yeah, it's kind of like saying that to like Trump.
Okay,
It's
so
like
some people are
saying
some people are saying that Texas is likely Democrat, California lean Republican. Yeah, I feel like that's a
just
joke.
Dash.
Okay, so
That's
Adele
just
wins,
Dash.
one electoral vote for Maine, rest goes to Dash. You guys agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about this because Lewis and Meyer could also win an electoral vote here. Do you think James Adele will be able to win Maine's second congressional district, or you think Lewis and Meyer will?
I think
the Adele will win.
What?
I think Adele will win that.
You think James Adele will win?
Yes. And that'll make Maine at large be more. Wait. Maine at large should be lean. Should be lean. Maine at large should be tilt Democratic if it happens.
Okay, and what do you guys
Maine
think?
second.
Maine
Maine
first
second
congressional?
should have been. Maine second should have been lean independent, lean Adele. And if it does happen, then Maine at large will be tilt Democratic. Maine
I don't think
first
it's
will
going to be tilt
be.
Democratic. I don't think it's going to be tilt Democratic because you also got to factor in the split vote between the three parties.
I think Maine first will be solid Democratic.
Right. Right. So, okay. So, do you guys agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, I want to
I
finish
agree.
this map, so let's just try to push through.
Oh,
Okay, New Jersey. I'm gonna go put each
Also, by the
person.
way,
You're
I
gonna
have
say
to
one
go.
thing, and you say Democrat, Republican, Independent. That's all you're gonna say, okay? Owen Haley,
Okay.
New Hampshire. What?
Democrat.
Okay, Christian.
Tilt Democratic.
Okay, Diego.
Lean Democratic.
What?
Lean Democratic.
Okay, I'm gonna put lean because that seems to be the consensus here. Okay, New Jersey. Diego.
Toss up.
What?
Toss up.
Toss up. Okay, Christian.
I'm gonna say lean Democratic.
Owen.
Republican tilt.
Okay, I put likely Democrat. I'm gonna put this as tilt toss up. I mean tilt Democrat for the state of New Jersey. Okay, Virginia. Owen.
Tilt Dem.
Okay, Christian.
I hate to say this, but tilt Independent.
Okay, Diego.
I'm gonna be voting there, but I think it's gonna be tilt Democratic.
Okay, I agree with that. I will put this in the lean column for Rainbow Dash. Okay, the state of North Carolina. Diego.
This is hard. Tilt Republican.
Okay, Christian.
Lean Republican.
Owen,
Lean Republican.
I agree. It's going to be lean Republican. Okay, the state of Florida with 30 electoral votes. Owen,
Likely Republican.
okay. Christian,
I was from that state there, and since I lost the election to Dash or to Rainbow Dash, I think there will be enough votes to swing the election to Adel. So it's going to be lean independent for me. Lean
okay.
independent.
Okay. Diego,
Likely Republican.
I agree. It's going to go into the lean Republican column. Okay, that's going to be a flip. The state of Texas, 40 electoral votes. Diego,
Tilt Republican.
okay. Christian,
Dash is from there. So I'm sorry, Rainbow Dash. You lost the state. You lost my home state. I'm gonna say lean Republican.
Owen,
Lean Republican.
I agree. It's going lean Republican. Okay. Actually, I feel like it's going to go tilt. You guys agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Because you also have the
Disagree
third
for
party
me.
split in. Remember, third party split in. Keep that in mind.
Yes, but it will be lean. Still.
Okay. Lean, I agree. Okay. Alaska. Owen.
That's likely.
Okay. Christian.
There's a third party strength there, so I'm gonna say likely independent.
Okay. Diego.
Likely Republican.
Okay. I agree. It's going to be lean Republican. I don't think, if you're looking at the 2020 polling data, the third party is not strong there. So unless it's 2024, if just say this was a 2024 backdrop, I think if Republicans and independents will have the greatest showing in this upcoming election. Until that map is used, we'll use in 2020, and therefore Alaska goes Republican. Okay, we are going to take a side step here. We are going to call the state of Ohio. The result has been called, so we are going to head to that right now. I keep somehow getting messed up with these two, so we are going to call those right now. So, in the state of Ohio, we can make the official projection that Rainbow Dash has won the state of Ohio. He has won the state of Ohio by 53.8% of the popular vote, with Lenard Kim 34.6% of the popular vote, with Eleanor Templeton at third with 7.7%, to Teddy Roosevelt 3.9%. Rainbow Dash won 77 delegates to Lenard Kim 50 delegates, with 100% reporting out of the state of Ohio. We're going to take a look at the delegate count total. We have right now Rainbow Dash ahead with 1,328 delegates to Lenard Kim 1,145 delegates. It is still too close to call who will become the Democratic nominee, but it's sure likely it's going to be the presumptive Rainbow Dash. Although on the state of the GOP side, we have not yet called the state of Ohio for Louis Amaya, so we are still waiting results on that. We will keep you updated shortly. So going back to the Electoral College vote total, let's take a look here. Let's talk about Pennsylvania, which is nearby New Jersey. The Republicans have won that consistently back in 2020 by a convincing margin. They also won that in 2024 during the landslide election. How do you guys feel who will win this one tonight? I mean, who do you think will win the state of Pennsylvania's 19 electoral votes in 2028?
Lean
Diego.
Oh.
Likely Republican.
Okay.
I'm gonna say tilt. Wait. I think it's gonna be tilt Democrat.
Okay. Owen.
Lean Republican.
Okay, I agree. It's going to be lean Republican. It's going to stay into the Republican column. It is going to narrow with Rainbow Dash as the Democratic frontrunner. It is going to narrow. However, let's talk about the state of Nevada with 6 electoral votes at stake here in the state of Nevada. How do you guys feel who will win that state tonight? Owen, Haley, you are
Tilt,
what?
Tilt Independent for me.
Okay, Owen.
I believe Lean Dash.
Okay, and Diego.
Well, B won the state, so I'm saying likely Republican.
Okay, I'm going to say I'm gonna say oh god, it's hard. I'm gonna say Lean Dash.
All right.
Okay. Let's take a look at Minnesota's 10 electoral votes out of the state of Minnesota. Owen Haley.
I think likely
Okay, likely what?
them.
Okay, John Christian.
It's going to be Tilt Republican, I'm afraid.
Okay, Diego.
Tilt Democrat.
Okay, I think it's going to be in the lean column. It's going to go 10 electoral votes are going to go to Rainbow Dash. Okay, let's go to the state of Arizona with 11 electoral votes at stake here in the state of Arizona. And it has went consistently towards the Democratic Party. So let's take a look at Diego. Diego, who do you believe will win the state of Arizona in a hypothetical matchup between Rainbow Dash, Louis Amaya, and James Adele?
Tilt Democrat.
Okay, Christian.
Tilt Independent.
What?
Tilt Independent. Tilt James Adele.
Okay, Owen.
Lean Republican.
Okay, and what was your Diego's again?
Tilt Democrat.
Okay, I agree with that. Arizona will stay in the Democratic column. Rainbow Dash will narrowly win the state of Arizona's 11 electoral votes. In the state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. Diego, you are first.
Also,
Okay. Christian.
Tilt them.
Okay. Haley.
Oh, me.
No, not you. Go ahead. I'm joking.
Wait, what state?
Wisconsin. Jarvis Young Crack.
Tilt Republican.
Okay. And what was yours again, Christian?
Tilt Democratic.
Okay, I agree with that. Wisconsin will stay toward the Democratic Party one more time. So 10 electoral votes will go to Rainbow Dash column. In the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes at stake in the state of Georgia. How do you guys believe who will win the state of Georgia's 16 electoral votes? Diego.
Tilt Republican.
Okay, Christian.
Lean Republican.
Owen.
Likely Republican.
Okay, excuse me, wrong color. It is going to go into the tilt Republican column in the state of Georgia. It will go to the right of Arizona. Okay, let's go to the congressional district of Nebraska second. Who do you believe will win one electoral vote out of the state of Nebraska? Owen.
James Adele by.
Okay, Christian.
Wait. Please let Owen finish first. Owen, do you think it is likely, tilt, or lean for Adele?
I think lean to be realistic.
Okay, Christian.
I think it's going to be lean Democratic.
Okay, Diego.
Lean Independent.
Come on, independent.
Okay,
Diego said
I'm
independent.
Okay, we're going to declare the second congressional district in Nebraska as a toss-up at this moment. We're going to head all the way to Michigan. 15 electoral votes at stake. It can decide the winner. Right now, Louis Amaya has 269 electoral votes to Rainbow Dash 252 electoral votes. If Rainbow Dash does not win, neither candidate has enough electoral votes to be able to clinch the Republican or Democratic. Neither candidate will be able to win outright the White House. So, in the state of Michigan, 15 electoral votes on the line here. Who do you think will win Michigan 15 electoral votes, Diego?
Well, Jimmy Carter has a new account, Gerald Ford, and he placed his new character in Michigan, and Gerald Ford has influence. So I'm going to say tilt Republican.
Okay. Let's cut to Christian.
Michigan said that they will pick for winners, but I don't think that is the case for Luis Amaya. So I'm going to say tilt Democratic.
Haley.
Tilt them.
I agree. Tilt them. Rainbow Dash will carry the state of Michigan by a lean margin. So right now we have Rainbow Dash at 267 electoral votes to Louis Amaya 269 electoral votes to James Adele 1 electoral vote. It is clearly obvious tonight that Louis Amaya needs to flip the second congressional district in Nebraska in order to win the White House. Everything and everybody is focusing on Nebraska's only and congressional district. If Rainbow Dash wins Nebraska's second congressional district, they do not have enough to win the White House. However, Louis Amaya at 269 needs one more electoral vote to become the next president of the United States. And if James Adele flips that, he will be robbing the Republicans and the Democrats from winning the nomination outright for the presidency. So let's go to Diego. Diego, who do you believe will win Nebraska's second congressional district?
James Adele.
Okay, Owen Haley.
James Adele.
Okay, Christian.
This is a toughie.
What?
Sorry, Rainbow Dash. Sorry, Luis Amaya, but I'll have to go with the consensus. Adele will win the second congressional district by a lean margin.
I agree with that statement here, so we can make the projection here that Rainbow Dash 267 electoral votes to Louis Amaya's 269 electoral votes to James Adele 2 electoral votes. He wins both congressional districts out of the state of Nebraska and 1 electoral vote from the state of Maine. So all candidates do not have enough required or have not reached 270 to become the next president of the United States. However, it goes to round 2 where we vote. So we're going to revote in all these states on how we think they're going to go based on the top two candidates with James Adele not on the ballot here. So in the state of Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia, New Jersey, Maine, right, and Nebraska's second congressional district. We are now going to start right back where we started because there will be a revote. So in the state of Arizona, Diego. I know.
I think I changed my mind.
What?
I think it's gonna go to Republican.
Okay. Christian, with only 2 people on the ballot, who do you think is gonna win Arizona with Adele voters?
Tilt Democratic. Tilt Democratic.
Owen.
Tilt Republican.
Okay, I agree. It's gonna go towards the Republican. It is gonna be tilt Republican. I think James Adele does take away votes from Louis Amaya in the state of Arizona. Let's go to New Jersey. With 14 electoral votes at stake here, that is Louis Amaya's home state out of the state of New Jersey. Who do you think will carry the state of New Jersey's 14 electoral votes? Owen.
Lewis.
Okay. John.
Tilt Democratic, I'm afraid.
Okay. Diego.
Luis.
Okay. I think it's still going to go into the Dash column by a lean margin. So Dash will win New Jersey's 14 electoral votes with 243 electoral votes to Lewis and Meyer 264 electoral votes to James Adele 0. As of right now, Lewis and Meyer needs to win one of these big states. Rainbow Dash needs to run the table, win them all. So, in the state of Maine, at large, Diego.
Lean Democratic.
Okay, Christian.
Lean Democratic.
Haley.
Likely them.
I agree. The state of Maine at large congressional district will go likely Democrat. In the Maine first congressional district, I think we can all come to the consensus here that that is going to be a solid Democrat. So we're not going to contest that here. In Maine's second congressional district, do you think that Rainbow Dash will be able to win that, or you think Lewis and Meyer will be able to win James Adele vote in the second congressional district? Owen Haley.
Lewis wins.
Okay, Christian.
I don't think Louis is gonna win that. So
Okay,
I'll
Diego.
go Democratic. Sorry, but I have to go Democratic on this.
Okay, Diego.
Luis 2.
Okay. I say it goes lean, Lewis and Meyer in the state of Maine's second congressional district. Let's go to Nebraska's second congressional district. James Adele has also won this congressional district in the first round. Who do you think will win James Adele's voters in the state of Nebraska's second congressional district? Diego.
Lean Dem.
Okay. Christian.
Lean them.
Okay. Owen.
Lean Republican.
Okay, it's gonna go lean Democrat. Rainbow Dash will win the second congressional district, while Lewis and Myers win the second congressional district out of Maine. We are going to take a side step toward the 2020 presidential election. So let's pull and take a look and see who is going to win Ohio.
And who's going to be the Republican nomination?
Okay, well, just please chill out. Oh, the Republican, thank you. Okay, let's go and take a look at that. We can now make the official projection that Lewis and Meyer has won the state of Ohio with 77.8% of the popular vote, with 79 delegates, with Jeffrey Lee 22.2% of the popular vote reporting out of Ohio, with 100% reporting. We can definitely certainly say that Jeffrey Lee has lost this election, has lost the Republican primary by a wide margin. We can now officially project that Lewis and Meyer is now the Republican nominee for president. He is the official projection. He has won 2,127 delegates. He is the official projected winner tonight. We can now project that Lewis and Meyer is and will be the Republican winner for president in 2028. So he will go on to become the Republican president in 2028. So we will see this. He will be the Republican. We are still waiting to hear to see who will be the Democrat. And we will go to the head-to-head matchup. So let's talk about this. What do you guys feel about the results now that we have officially confirmed tonight that Lewis and Meyer has swamped Jeffrey Lee in the vote total? What are your thoughts?
I think Louis Amaya will have to face whoever the Democrats would nominate, and I don't think it would take enough to take that projection. But I do not think Luis Amaya is going to win it. I think it will all come down to the independent voters who don't like Amaya and Democrat voters who don't like him either.
Right. And do you think that the independent vote matters in this election? Because the independent vote is solely behind James Adele.
Yes, I think independent voters will matter more to that.
Right.
I think because Amaya is very unpopular. Despite that, I don't think Amaya is gonna win any of those states that he contests. I think he's going to lose some. If Adele wins with with some electoral votes, maybe he could play spoiler. But I do not think Amaya's gonna win
Right. Right.
because
And
because
what's interesting, I'm surprised Owen laughed. But
because
what's
there are some
interesting is that,
Democrats who voted against him. There's
yes,
some Democrats who voted against him.
right. So going on for what you said here, if you look at the map, if you look at the South here, Lewis and Meyer didn't do so well in the South. He did well in the rest of the states. But when you look at the Dem primary results, Rainbow Dash did really well in the South. Do you think that there's a possible scenario in which we might see an outcome where Rainbow Dash wins Arizona, wins Georgia, but loses the Rust Belt?
I think Amaya won't win the Rust Belt, I'm afraid. I think he's going to win and going to lose more than just the Rust Belt. I think he's going to lose Wisconsin and Georgia by tilt margins and force the election to the round two. And I think he will lose
Okay.
because there's a strength of the third parties that do not like both of those candidates.
No, that's very interesting. I do agree with that. I find that to be really interesting. So let's go back and let's finish this map for tonight, and then we'll call it night. In the state of Wisconsin, do you think that Lewis and Meyer will be able to win Wisconsin?
Tilt them, I'm afraid.
Diego.
Tilt them.
Okay, I think it's going to be tilt them as well. In this case, Wisconsin will go towards the Democrats. So that puts Rainbow Dash at 257, to Lewis and Meyer 265, to James Adele 0. In the state of Georgia, it comes down to Georgia in this recount. Here in the state of Georgia with 16 electoral votes, Diego.
Tilt Republican.
Christian.
As I said, Louis Amaya won't win Georgia, so it's going to be tilt them, I'm afraid.
I agree with you. I say Georgia will be tilt Democrat by very tilt margin. I mean, it makes sense. Rainbow Dash had ran for governor, that had ran for the Senate, and has won both time twice in the same election year 2 years ago. So I would certainly say that Rainbow Dash definitely certainly had the edge in Georgia. So we can now make an official projection with James Adele not on the ballot here during the recount. We can project that Rainbow Dash win 273 electoral votes to Lewis and Meyer 265 electoral votes. This is the Electoral College prediction as of right now. If the election was held today, this is how we believe the election will go. However, let's just say Leonard Kim become the nominee. Let's take a scenario in which we can explore that, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We're going to take the margin that's lean for the Democrats, and we're going to make them toss up. Okay, we're not going to do anything for the Republicans. Actually, you know what? Out of fairness, let's do that. Okay, we're going to do that. I think that's the fairest thing to do here. Okay, this is the map before we declare Leonard Kim. Let's do this. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do this. Okay, hold on. Let me just change this to Kim. And then we'll call it a night. I promise you. Okay, so let's start with the easy state, Minnesota. Christian.
I'm gonna say likely them.
Okay, Diego.
Tilt them.
Okay, I agree with you. It's going to be tilt them. Okay, in the state of Alaska, Christian.
Tilt Republican.
Diego.
Likely Republican.
I agree. It's going to be likely Republican. I don't think Leonard Kim's popularity is going to help him there. I think the disapproval is overwhelming. I don't think he's going to be able to win the state of Alaska. Let's go to Nevada 6 electoral votes. Diego.
Likely Republican.
Christian.
Tilt Republican.
Okay, I agree. It is going to be lean Republican. Okay, in the state of Colorado, 10 electoral votes. Diego.
Tilt Democratic.
Okay, Christian.
Sorry, lean Republican.
Hmm.
Lean Republican.
I say toss up. Colorado will be a toss up for right now. We'll revisit. Texas, 40 electoral votes. Diego.
Okay, lean Republican.
Christian.
Lean Republican.
Okay, I say likely, but you guys voted against me, so it'll be lean Republican. Okay, in the state of North Carolina, 16 electoral votes. Diego.
Lean Republican.
Okay.
Tilt,
Christian.
tilt Republican.
I say lean because the popularity is overwhelming. I'm going to say lean. Okay, let's go to Ohio. 17 electoral votes. Diego.
Lean Republican.
Christian.
Tilt Republican.
Okay, I say likely. So it's going to go in the likely column. Iowa. 6 electoral votes. Diego. Christian.
Solid Republican.
Diego.
Yeah, solid Republican.
I agree. It's going to be solid. I think Louis Amaya is popular now. Although he lost his House race, I think he was able to make up ground. I don't think he's going to win the state of Iowa outright. Okay, in the state of New Jersey, with 14 electoral votes at stake here, Diego.
Tilt Republican.
Christian.
Likely Democratic.
I agree. It's going to be likely Democrat. Actually, I think it's lean, so we're going to put in a lean column. Okay. Virginia, 13 electoral votes. Diego.
Toss up.
Christian.
Lean Republican.
Okay. I agree. It's lean Republican. Actually, it's going to be tilt Republican. Okay. In the state of Florida, 30 electoral votes. Diego.
Lean Republican.
Christian.
Tilt Republican.
I say likely. It's going to go likely. Okay. I think it's going to vote more to the right than Texas. Pennsylvania, 19 electoral vote. Christian.
Lean Democratic.
Diego.
Tilt Democratic.
Okay, I agree. It's going to be tilt Democrat. Okay. Georgia, 16 electoral votes. Diego.
Lean Republican.
Christian.
Tilt Republican.
Okay. All right. Let's do Nebraska's second congressional district. Christian.
Tilt them.
Okay, Diego.
Tilt them.
So you guys don't think James Adele could win this?
I think James Adele could win if he was on the ballot.
He is on the ballot. This is
Oh.
Leonard Kim.
If he was on the ballot, I think he's gonna go for it.
Okay, Diego, do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, I think we're going to project that James Adele would win Nebraska's second congressional district by a lean margin. Maine second congressional district. Christian.
Lean independent.
Diego.
Lean independent.
I agree. Okay. New Hampshire's 4 electoral vote. Diego.
Likely them.
Christian.
The too strong of that. I think James Adele is gonna perform better than that. So tilt independent.
I agree. Tilt independent it is. I think that the third-party vote there and people's disapproval in both party candidates in the state of New Hampshire, I think it's definitely certainly going to go to James Adele. So I think James Adele will be more popular against these two candidates than Rainbow Dash and Louis Amaya. So, Colorado, 10 electoral votes. Christian.
I'm gonna go likely independent for this.
Diego.
Independent.
I agree because he does perform quite well in this head-to-head mashup. I'll put this as a lean column. Arizona's 11 electoral votes. Christian.
I'm gonna say tilt independent because Amaya and Kim are both unpopular there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say tilt independent.
Okay, Diego.
Tilt independent.
Okay, I agree with you. I think James Adele could definitely win some states, especially polling well above 20%. Okay. We have Kim, Lenard Kim, the current VP, at 217 electoral votes, to Louis Amaya, 269 electoral votes, to James Adele, 27 electoral votes. Louis Amaya needs to win, whether Louis Amaya, in order to win the presidency, needs to win Wisconsin or Michigan. James Adele just needs to be play spoiler and win Wisconsin or Michigan. Kim needs to win them all, and he still won't be able to reach 270 electoral votes. So really, Louis Amaya is still on the verge of victory, but yet again, he needs to win one of those states tonight. Let's call Wisconsin. Christian.
There is a strong progressive movement back there in that century. And I think it could happen well again because of that. So I'm gonna say lean independent.
Diego.
Lean independent.
Interesting. Okay, I agree with that. For some reason, I feel like I agree. So the state of Michigan, with 15 electoral votes, Louis Amaya really needs to win the state in order to win the presidency in round one. Who will win Michigan's 15 electoral votes? Christian, Diego. Christian first.
Well, as I said, Michigan always picks for winners, but not for Louis Amaya because James Adele had a strong showing there. So I'm going to say it's a lean Democratic state.
Okay.
Lean them.
Diego.
Toss up.
Okay. We're going to go to the state of Oregon. I feel like that will be a toss-up because it has been a toss-up back in 2000 and 2004. It was also mildly a toss-up back in 2020 when it comes to the vote share in real life with Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. I mean, hold on, 2016 with Hillary versus Trump, it was only won by Hillary with 50% of the vote, which means that if in a hypothetical scenario where tied third-party share vote, it's very possible Oregon can flip for multiple parties. So in Oregon's 8 electoral votes, Diego, who do you believe will win Diego's 8 electoral votes?
Lean Democratic.
Okay,
Hello.
Christian.
Sir, can you hear me? Sir,
Yeah.
can you hear me? I think it's going to be independent because I'm going to say tilt independent. Tilt independent. Because Kim is very unpopular there in Oregon, and so is Louis Amaya. So
That is true. He doesn't
so a
do well.
strong
That is true. He doesn't do well with progressive, despite himself being a progressive.
Yeah.
I agree with that
Yeah.
statement. I think it would be tilt. James Adele, he will win 8 electoral votes out of Oregon. In the state of Michigan, we're going to go back to that state. This would be the end-all, be-all for Louis Amaya. Diego.
Tilt Republic.
Christian.
I disagree with Diego. It's going to stay that way. Tilt independent.
Okay, it's going to be a toss-up. Okay, I was going to say tilt Democrat, but I'm going to go with Louis Amaya in this aspect, say high 30-party turnout. In fact, Lenard Kim's ability to win Michigan, I'm going to say that win goes lean Republican for Louis Amaya, he won 284 electoral votes, to James Adele 45 electoral votes, and Leonard Kim at 209 electoral votes. This would be the electoral
Mhm.
college map if the election was held today.
Mhm. That could be it. Because the
Mhm.
third party strength of the vote. Wait. Hold on. I think Missouri's vote could change from solid Republican to maybe lean Republican because let me hear out because there could be a strong third party showing there in Missouri, and the rest of them, I think I agree. But
I agree
Missouri
with
is
that.
going to change its rating from solid to very likely or lean because of a third party showing there.
Okay, yeah. What about you, Diego?
I guess he has a point. I think it's going to be like very likely.
I think it's likely. I think it's going to be on the borderline likely. I think Obama almost won the state in 2008, so I would not be surprised if this was the case here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's the map. Thank you both for
That's
joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all of you guys watching us. We will be back live very soon on another video topic, so definitely don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and let us know in the comment section below what you do think. We will also add all the information into the description. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
bye.
See you.